Thomaz joining us for ReviewHipHop.com. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, so of course, so you are a singer, and please tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what type of music do you sing?
Okay, so I was born in New York, but I grew up in Germany. And 2 years ago, I came back because I really felt like I need to live in New York. Even if it's just for 2 months, that was my initial plan. And I walked through the streets and just, I don't know, something just hit me. And ever since BB Thomaz was really born in my music. And so it's really a great mixture, I think, between the two worlds. Germany, where I grew up, in New York, where I was born. And my music is, I would say, pop alternative with soulful edge. And my music is all about deep messages that come from the heart, things that I've experienced, and I know that I could inspire and motivate a lot of people out there. And honest music.
Definitely. I think that's key because everybody wants the truth. They want to be able to relate and know that it's coming from an authentic place.
Right.
So how did you go from New York? Because you said you were born in New York. How did you get to Germany?
So basically that was because of my mom. And my mom and my dad, I mean, they had a cute story of meeting each other. It was in front of the, I think, main New York library. Very cute. And back then, my mother, she was like fresh in New York, and she was 19. And my dad had like green skinny pants on. And she was like, you look good, but your pants, no. And that's how they met. And so this is their story. And what was it again?
yeah. So how did you get to Germany? So is your mom from Germany and your dad from New York?
Right. And so, I mean, they created me, but the two worlds really were colliding. And then eventually my mom said, okay, I don't think this is really working out for me, so I'm heading back to Germany. That's how it was. And of course, I was so young there was no choice. I was with her. But I don't regret it because I really feel like this is my strength, living between those two worlds and trying to really combine them.
Right, definitely. I mean, I know a lot of music artists, they tend to find their love or passion through their environment or something that had to inspire them. So what inspired you to go into singing?
Well, the very beginning was when I was still back in America. My grandmother, whom I named after, she founded a church. And so, of course, the whole gospel thing happened, but I was very young. But that's when I started, basically when I was like 4. But then when I came to Germany, for a minute I lost my passion. I don't know, because maybe I was separated from that original place where I started to love music. And when I was 13, when my childhood got a little rough, let me say it like that, and my mom and everything at home was very difficult, I really felt like I need to express myself. And first it wasn't so much about singing, but it was about just expressing myself and letting go of all those negative feelings that I had, fear and desperation and anger and just all of it. I was like, okay, it needs to get out, otherwise I'm gonna explode or jump from the next bridge, literally. So that's how it happened.
Okay, wow. I feel like a lot of people can relate where they went through something growing up, and actually you have a music video that's been out for a while now called Fighter, and in there it's very powerful. Your lyrics, they're very inspirational. And can you tell people, you're welcome, like what drove those lyrics? Like what were you fighting all this time, that makes you so strong now?
In that particular moment when I wrote that song, I already left home. I left home when I was 16 and escaped all the madness at home. But at that moment, I was already starting to sing and try to put myself out there. But my fear and everything that I've experienced in my childhood held me back. And it was like such a contradiction between I want to be a singer and express myself and share my stories and my messages through my music with the world. And I don't like myself. I'm afraid of being on stage, of singing. Can I sing? Am I a singer? And I was just so mad at myself, at the past and everything. And but in that moment, I was like, I think before I came to New York, I was like, okay, but I'm gonna fight this. And even if I'm not there yet, in this song I want to express who I eventually want to be. That fighter, that victor who says, didn't I tell you? Everybody who told me I can't sing and I'm not worth living, and the N-word and everything that I've experienced at home. I was, and that was like so, how should I say it? It was so really burned in my mind that I thought and believed in myself. But then again, like I said, I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to be out there. So at that moment I was like, okay, I need to fight it. I need to try it at least one last time. So
yes, and you have an amazing voice, let me tell you. You're welcome. So, did you go to any singing school? It sounds like you didn't. It sounds like you just, had it in you. Were you like born with these vocals, or?
I think it was both. I started without lessons, and then eventually, when I started to sing and make money with it, but like I said, on the other end, being very scared on stage, everything got so tense that it was like I was fighting myself, so I was hoarse all the time. I mean, it sounded cool on the one hand, but then sometimes my voice just broke. So that's when I said, okay, I need to go to I need to have vocal lessons. Then I took like 1 year of intense musical class where work on your vocals, on piano playing, guitar playing, and started all of that.
Nice. So you play instruments as well.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So piano and guitar, those are the two. All right.
That's enough for now. But I would love to. I love drums and I love the violin. If I could, like in my next 10 lives.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Goals. So let me ask you, who do you look up to then, musically?
There are so many, but right now, actually, I'm back to Lauryn Hill.
Nice.
For some reason. And just literally when I came here today, I was listening to her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and I was like, I can relate so much to her because you can really feel, and she still is that person. She's so freaking authentic. Yeah. She's so real. And there's even this Unplugged, the MTV Unplugged, with the famous one, where she even says like, I didn't know what to wear, and then again I was like, I don't care. And I just admire that about her, because I feel like so many artists out there, you don't really know who they are.
That's so true.
I mean, they sing beautifully, but there are so many beautiful, amazing singers out there. And at the end of the day, I feel like I want to feel the person through their lyrics, and yeah, I just want to, how can I say? I think I can only relate to an artist when I really feel themselves, their true essence, through their voice. And I think she's one of the persons. It's not about perfection, it's just about being real and being connected with her true self. Right. So I really look up to her. And India Arie, I think she, and Alicia Keys. Okay.
You know what's funny? When you first started talking about the musician, like, all the things that you know how to play instruments wise, I definitely thought of Alicia Keys. I'm like, I'm dying to know if Alicia Keys is on that list. Okay,
yeah.
So.
Oh, she is.
Okay, perfect.
She's also just a sweetheart, and she's really authentic as well. I think she's just,
I actually watched a video of you, and it was on YouTube, where you were able to remix Drake's Work. It was Work, and it was also you mixed Hotline Bling together. Right. And you were playing the piano, and you were singing at the same time. I thought that was so amazing. So, first of all, do you listen to a lot of hip hop as well, or was it just Drake? Something about Drake that made you want to remix those?
I would say I listen to a fair mixture of everything.
Okay.
Like literally everything. Because of course in Germany there's different music going on, especially electronic music. So, and I'm a Gemini, so then and I feel like I'm a butterfly. I need to tap into everything and smell everything and taste everything. So I listen to really everything except folk music.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
yeah,
it's cool. And country music, but hey, it's cool, but not for me. But
yeah, exactly. Not for you.
I love all of it.
So, are you planning on making any more remixes? Like, that was really impressive. I'm not even sure. Like, I was just watching the video and listening. I'm like, how did you blend those two songs? It was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, are you trying to do that more often, or?
I would love to. And actually, thank you. You make me like. I feel like I should really continue. And nowadays, like I said, there are so many amazing artists out there, and it's not about who's the best. There's no best. It's just like, what is your unique thing? And I think that's my thing. Like the mashups, they just, I don't even know how they normally come when I drive.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny when I drive, I like lyrics are in my head, and I don't know, all kinds of things. Like the second voice, like all the Gemini boys. You know, we have 10 personalities going. So.
You know, I've heard. I really have heard that a few times.
And that's true. I'm not crazy though, just a little. So, and that's how it happened. I just felt like that might be my thing, or it is my thing. So yeah, I want to, and I think. Of course, it's great to do your own music, but why not also, give the people now and then something that they know?
Exactly.
Put your little twist on it.
I agree, because it definitely hooks people in, because they're trying to figure out how were you able to do it to begin with. You know?
Right.
So, who are your dream artists to work with? Just give me 5. 5. Yes.
Okay. Alicia Keys. Drake. Beyonce. If I could, I would still love to work with Stevie Wonder. Okay, that's a toughie. Okay, well, maybe Lauryn Hill or India Arie. I don't know.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I
Depends
can
on who's
totally see
available.
that. I love it. And then I know you do shows in Germany as well, and you've done tours too, right? Can you tell us a little bit about your tours, where all the countries you've been to, and most memorable experience while on tour?
Okay, that's a good question as well. You're good.
Thank you.
Okay, let me think. Well, I've been to, I performed in Dominican Republic, Russia, Ukraine, everywhere in Europe, I think, Spain, Italy, France, the Netherlands. What else? This is Switzerland, Austria. Yeah, just all over the place, I guess.
Amazing.
Yeah, so yeah. I've never been to Africa. No, I would love to perform there.
Okay, new goals.
Yeah. And Asia. I've never been to Asia, and I feel like that's a totally different world. You
Definitely.
know, the culture, the way they look, just everything. So I really love. And I heard that they're crazy about our type of people, but also like blondes and stuff. They like it, yeah, because
They don't have,
right.
And that's funny. I have friends right now that are like in Bangkok, like they're everywhere right now. They're just doing their own little tour, but for vacation. I'm like,
Yes.
it's amazing. Snapchat. You gotta love social media.
Right. Well, it's very simple. For me, it's still New York.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Because I feel like I said, ever since 2 years ago, ever since I came here, I really found myself, and that changed everything within me and outside, and the performances that I've experienced here, and also the way, especially let's say blacks and all kinds of black shades.
Yes. Keep it safe, right?
Keep it safe. The way they interact, it's not just like they're sitting there in the audience looking at you or staring at you like it is in Germany and even other countries, but they're so into it, It's like they're in church, they're like, yes, sing it, and then you feel like so empowered, and then there's this amazing connection. And for example, I did big showcases like BT Music Matters. That was amazing as well. But my first performance was in the Hotel The Standard, and it was like a 360, how should I say, loft glass. You saw all the skylines, and it was so intimate. It was just me and the piano, and the first time I was like, but everybody was around, and then I was like, I'm gonna let go, and it was just so beautiful, and it was so intimate and so special for everybody, not only for me, for everybody. So memorable, and that's what I really remember, and I will always keep this close to my heart.
So I was also watching your Fighter prequel video, and it was amazing. There was so much energy, like basically what you explained about Lauryn Hill, that's what I saw in you. That it came off so genuine. You were very passionate about everything that you were doing. So, do you want to just explain to people kind of what goes on in the video?
So it's, well, first of all, I have to say there is already a fighter video out there. It was the first one, and it's beautiful. I have a nice costume on and amazing dancers and just the typical beautiful video, like a Beyonce type of video. And I felt it was good, but I really felt there needs to be a video that can live up to the message that the song is about, and that is real and that people can really relate to, because that's all that matters nowadays. Like I said, there's so many other people, so what makes me different? What am I about? And so I figured out I need to be honest and show honesty, and so I told my story. And even the tears are real. This is no joke, no water. It was really the truth and reliving my whole past, but also feel like I'm overcoming it finally. So you will see things that happened to me, like child abuse and things like that. Yeah, it was tough. And to find actors who want to participate in something that is quite negative, but we want to do it for the right reasons. And that's the other thing. People were like, okay, where's your other music? Because I've been keep telling people and in interviews for 2 years, my EP is coming out. But I felt like Fighter is so strong, and now we really want to connect also with organizations, because I feel like we can empower so many people on different levels with it, and also organizations in Germany. And I really have to say, I wouldn't sit here if we wouldn't have those amazing organizations in Germany. When I left home when I was 16 at night, telling my stepfather I'm taking all the trash, and then I ran. And I knew this place, and if it wouldn't have been for them, I don't think I would have survived. So I really feel like this song is so much more than just a song.
Definitely. And what advice would you give to any children out there that might be experiencing something similar to what you've experienced?
If you have the chance, run from the situation. Even if it's hard, even if you don't know where to go to, even if you feel like alone, run. Because and know that it can only get better. And it's hard sometimes when you're in that situation, when you're young and you feel like there's nothing you can do, you're powerless, and you're so small. But there's one thing that really helped me. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get better, and eventually it did. And I remember when I escaped home, I wrote the last page in my diary, literally the last page, and said, I'm leaving, and if it gets better, I'm gonna write one last note. And years later, I wrote in my diary and said, thank you, it got better, and I'm glad that I believed in it. Because back then I was, on that day when I left home before, we were living on the 3rd floor, and I was really about to jump. And I was like, okay, there are just two solutions. Either I'm going to jump, or I'm going to run and try one last time to see if there's a second chance for me, a different way, if there's hope, if there's a life for me. And I'm so glad I did. If you know that I did a song last year, and we finished it right before my showcase. And it was. Should I tell the story?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to share.
It's an amazing story, and that's why the song is so special. So I really felt like I don't want to be one of those artists just putting out EPs and just writing songs. They're good or bad, mediocre, but really be about strong songs and then work them. And so one of the songs, so like I said, last year I got the message that I was allowed to be a part of a BT Music Magic Showcase. I was so happy, blah, 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 practicing. And then we met this amazing producer, my manager, and Lavina Husbands. I love her. And his name is K2. His name was K2, and so we were working on this song, and Showcase came closer and closer, and my manager was like, "I want you to finish this song. It's an amazing song. You need to perform it." I was like, "What? It's like next week. I need to prepare what I have already, and not like do a new song. Finish it in the studio, and then." But we did.
Right.
And we stayed in the studio like all night, finished it, and then I went to rehearsal. I was like, "I'm sorry guys, we have a new song, you need to learn it right now." My manager was like, "You better get it right." So we did it, we performed it, K2 was there, and he was so happy to see his song come alive. You know, it's a different thing to be in the studio, be by yourself, create a song, be like, "Oh, it's nice," but then have it out there. You know, this energy in the room, and the how do you say, resonation?
The like reaction of the crowd.
From the people and everything. So amazing. He was so happy and proud, and we gave interviews, and the same night we got a call that he died, and he was only 27.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so crazy, unexpected, everything. He wasn't sick at all. And we just talked in the studio. It was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm doing the smoothies. I'm losing weight, and I'm so proud of myself." I was like, "Yeah." And then he died. And so every time I perform the song, I tell people that story, and why I think the story is the song is so special. And that's why I really want to push the song and not just put it out with a bunch of songs and just having it be out, because he still lives through the song. That's what I really feel every time I perform this song. I feel his energy here, and I just overall think that's an amazing thing, that nobody really ever dies. Their energy stays in some kind of form forever with us and with this earth. And